So you can go ahead and share the video.
Yeah, get to it right now.
News for this hour is made possible by St. Bernard's Healthcare. Did you know that regular visits with your primary care doctor may prevent more serious health problems in the future? stbernards.info.
St. Bernard's Healthcare is a nonprofit organization.
The Hope House, under the direction of Sure Foundation, is a 501c3, multifaceted nonprofit organization whose mission is to build and bridge gaps of hope and lofty community impact in our country. The Hope House is a facility that assists the needs of the community. Services offered at the Hope House
Good morning, Derek. Appreciate you checking in on the live feed.
counseling, showers, and laundry services. Volunteers, donations of detergent, non-perishable items, bottled water, and towels.
Community, free community luncheon
Free community luncheon.
last Saturday in this month.
Okay.
House is located at 111 North Fisher Street in Jonesboro. More information is available at www.surefoundationcares.com or 870-333-5506 or 870.
Have you shared it to the NAACP?
I have.
Okay. Didn't want to double share it.
Right. All right.
KLEK-LP Voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participant and not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, Voice of Arkansas Minority.
KLK 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Monday. It's January 8th, 2024. This is Community Conversations. Kiddo Wonder is in the studio with you. And as always, on the first Monday of the month, we have Mr. Shamal Carter of the Craighead County NAACP chapter. And there's a lot to talk about what's going on today. So we're going to go ahead and welcome Mr. Carter and get started. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the LAHEAP program, and for those who may not understand, that is the program that offers assistance with your energy bills if you're kind of struggling with those. And of course, with this predicted cold snap that's supposed to be hitting us within the next few days, is probably definitely something that's going to get a lot of attention. So what's the deal on that?
Definitely. My superiors wanted to sit down and figure out how could we better serve our community. One of the things that we had in the past is our services. You had to come out to Fox Meadow, which is south of town, leaving town. And the people who generally need those services, they don't have access to them or have a ride to get there. And so you had a lot of families going without electricity or without gas or whatever the case may be. So we had a vacant building in which we were not necessarily utilizing on a regular basis. And our COO and our CEO was like, well, there's a better way for us to serve one of the most impoverished areas in Jonesboro. And so North Jonesboro has been one of those areas for a long time. And so now, instead of you having to drive to south of town to get those services, it's in walking distance of a lot of places in North Jonesboro, and it's an area that is that is more that is less congested, because if you ever came out to Fox Meadow during light heat time, summer or winter, it's so congested because you have us as the workers out there, but you also have people who are trying to get help. So we're very proud as an agency to be able to offer offer services to other places in the community other than just our centrally located offices. Now we have a hub, North Main, that will offer, or not North Main, North Church, I'm sorry, that will offer light heap services for those in need.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more specifically about what it offers. I know you mentioned help with electric or gas, but what kind of like more of the details? Like, is there a certain amount of maximum money that a household could get? Is there a certain qualification? Just kind of go a little bit more into how the program works.
Okay, well, with excuse me, with Light Heap, it is a income based household type of assistance. Not anyone qualifies for it. These are guidelines set by the federal government. This is not just a CRDC criteria. There are a few changes that have been made. Now, I'm not aware of those changes because that's not specifically my program. But the basic would be income standard, based off household size and income standard would qualify you for Light Heap services.
Okay, and besides showing up in person, is there any way that a person could possibly apply online?
No, you have to come in unless they mail you the form. There's a form application. They'll mail you that form, and then you would have to fill out that form and send the proper documentation in order to receive those services.
Okay.
That will be income verification, Social Security cards, the light bill, and different things like that.
Okay, and how long will this program last? How long will you all be accepting applications?
Until the funds are gone. So sometimes there may be enough funds to go up until the next funding for Light Heap, or sometimes, like you said, we're fixing to have that cold spell. And so those bills may run a little higher because of us having those cold winter months. And so funds may run out a little sooner. You can never judge by your previous year because you don't necessarily know how your energy is going to run from month to month.
Okay. And just for those who are just tuning in, just kind of let them know once again the address and if there's a phone number of where they can apply.
Yes, the address is 2114 North Church Street. If you have any questions at all, you can give us a call at 870-802-7100.
And of course, if you need a landmark to help you find it, it's over there, right down the street from where they just opened a new Southern Chef gas station.
Yes. Or right across the street from
New Life Empowerment Ministries.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. So right by New Life Empowerment Ministries Church and the Southern Chef. So you go a little further. If you go to New Beginnings, you went too far.
You went too far.
So or Bethesda. If you went to Bethesda, New Beginnings, you went too far. So shout out to all of the churches on that stretch of street. All right, so let's go ahead and transition into the next item on the agenda. We've got our MLK festivities that are a week from today.
I am so excited. The founder, Dr. Ray Scales, who is my emeritus pastor, he was the former pastor at New Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. He he's the originator. And so him and Elder Conley and Reverend Wilson and a few others came together many, many years ago, and we started this celebration. I am so excited about it, just to be a part of it. We're going to start out at the PAC Center on that Sunday, and that's the Jonesboro Performing Arts Center.
On the campus of Jonesboro High School.
Yes. And let me pull up this flyer because I don't want to give wrong information. And I don't know if you have it yet, so I'm just going to pull it up on
That's
this
fine.
side.
While you do it, I'm just going to give our Facebook shout. Shout out to Derek Coleman, who says good morning, and to Coco Patterson, who also says good morning. Clarice Scales says watching. Well, we definitely appreciate you watching. And Derek says I'm eligible for it.
Okay, that's what's up. So we're going to start out that Sunday honoring Dr. King with our youth in the community. It'll be at the Jonesboro Performing Arts Center, which is 301 Hurricane Drive, and it'll start at 4 p.m. If anybody have any questions and you want to get your youth involved, please contact my sister, Kanisha Ross, and her number is 870-623-1951. It's okay that I give her number out because it's on the flyer. Or you can contact Patrick Bean, which is
your boy Pat Bean.
Your boy Pat Bean. Yeah, you got it, man. Mr. I made it. 870-761-4014. And if not, if you can't reach either one of them, you can contact Dr. Lonnie Williams. I know most people on A-State campus know how to get a hold of him. And that's on that Sunday. But coming up on that Monday, that Monday at the Fowler Center, At 12 p.m., we're going to have the celebration. But before the celebration, you'll have the march. We'll begin lining up for the march at 9:30 a.m. at the ROTC building on ASU campus. And we will go from the ROTC,
State Armory.
They State Armory. Yeah, we'll go from there up to Johnson and go down Johnson over to the Fowler Center.
And that's on University Loop.
Yes. And we'll have a great time. We got great speakers. Of course, our very own KLEK will be live streaming the entire event. We have bands. We have ROTC groups. I think we have Osceola Band. I think we have Forest City High School Band. We got Jonesboro High School Drumline. We have several different performers that are going to participate in this event. And then on top of all of that, we have a dynamic speaker that's going to be at this event. She is out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And I bet y'all want her name. And my mind went blank right when I said all that. But we have a great speaker for this event. Also, on tonight at 6:30 at New Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, we will have the MLK singer rehearsal. This rehearsal will be for anybody that wants to sing with the community choir that performs during the MLK celebration at the PAC Center. Oh, not the PAC Center, but at the Fowler Center. So tonight, this is the only rehearsal we will have with the choir. So please, tonight, 6:30 p.m., New Mount Zion, 403 West Allen.
So if you can sing, that's where you need to be at tonight. And speaking of New Mount Zion, I see the pastor of New Mount Zion is on our Facebook Live feed, Reverend DeAndre Warren, who says good morning. Well, good morning to you, Pastor Warren.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All righty. So there you have it. MLK events next Sunday and Monday. So make sure that you have your face up in the place. It's always a great time and a great way to honor the legacy of Dr. King. All right. Moving on into our next subject. Of course, this is the year 2024, which means it's an election year.
Yeah.
I know some people don't want to hear that, but it's true. So let's just talk about it.
So we have come to a point where we put more focus on our presidential election than we do our local elections. But truth be told, your local legislators are the one who make your laws. Your local legislators are the ones who go to bat for you or go to bat against you. I don't necessarily make it a party thing. I make it about the best interests of my well-being. It's not necessarily a party issue with me. It's who is going to make my community better. In the past, some of these egregious laws that have been passed, they have been more demeaning and it's been more hurtful to our community. And when I say our community, I do specifically talk about the African American community or the people of Black and brown descent. I do feel as if it is very vital that we get out, not just vote for someone because they're your friend, not just vote for someone because you know them, but I need you to do your research because we don't want to put people in office that's going to put us in a compromising position because it may not affect you directly today, but 10 years down the road, somehow, some way, you or your family will be affected by some of these laws that are put into place. You have to be smart about the people that you're trying to put in these positions because if not, you're putting it in a position to pretty much write your life away. Right now, they're in a battle about these prison beds. You have people who are experts you have wardens and people who are experts on corrections. They're saying that we don't need more prison beds. If you're gonna make more prison beds, then I need you to allot more money in that budget for CO, which is correctional officers. That's not something that they're willing to compromise with. So then again, you have people who are saying, "Give me more prison beds," but you're not giving me more money for me to make these prisons safer. Because you give me more beds, that changes the prisoner to correctional officer ratio, and that puts my officers in danger, and that puts my community in danger. So yes, I agree with us having to hold people accountable for their decisions, but I also think we need to sit down and think, okay, how is this going to affect us in the long run? So yes, we have our primary election coming up.
And that's March 5th, y'all, by the way.
Yes. You have your primary election coming up, and you want to be very smart about that. You want to know who is the best person for the job. You need to sit down and say, okay, I'm not just going to vote for them because they're a Democrat, or I'm not going to just vote for them because they're a Republican. You need to know the history behind this person. You need to know what their morals and values are, what they stand for. The thing about politics is no one stands for the people anymore. Everyone wants everybody to think like they do. In the position that I'm in now as the president of the NAACP, and this is not necessarily a partisan position, but this is a position for civil justice. Mm-hmm. In my position, I can't look at your skin color. I can't even look at my own personal values to determine whether you were right or wrong. I have to look at the law of justice to determine that, not necessarily the law of my opinion. That's our problem with our people now. We're looking at the law of opinion instead of the law of justice, and I really feel like in order for that to change, we have to be more vocal. We have to stop letting other people decide what our position is in this community.
Absolutely. And of course, Kayla K, we can't tell you who to vote for, but definitely going to always say you should vote because someone is going to sit in that chair and make decisions that affect you, especially on this local level. And if you look around, there's a lot of people that, a lot of things that are going on there that were decided by people that live right in your community. And I'm going to give this example just because it was on social media. So the city of Jonesboro is building a dog park. Mm-hmm. And basically, I think the city made a post about it, and there was some backlash in the comments saying, well, why do we need money for another dog park when we could have A, B, and C? Well, the city council people that voted for that, somebody voted for them to get in that office.
Right.
And those city council people voted to accept to get that dog park built. Mm-hmm. So that was a decision that affected you by someone who was elected. Now, did you vote for or against any of the current city council people? If you didn't vote, well, guess what? Somebody did. And the decision that was made affected you. All right. So that's my little soapbox for today. All right. So our final item on the agenda for today, let's kind of make things a little bit more lighthearted. There's a free community dinner coming up.
Yes. So the NAACP has partnered with a few different entities within the community. And one thing that we want to do is, I know it doesn't correct the problem, but we want to offer at least once a month, starting out, a free hot meal, on the last Saturday in the month. The meal will be home cooked. It'll be fresh. I spoke with my good friend Adrian Everett of Big A&K Lawn Care and Catering. I spoke with him, and we're going to partner together along with some other people within the community. Our focus is feeding the community and making them aware of the resources that they have. I will use this particular event for voter registration. I will use it to pass out light heap applications. I have my hands in so many different organizations within the community, and I just want to bring them all to one area. We have a grant at the present time to help with homelessness. This grant will help pay your deposit in if I'm not mistaken, maybe a month's rent or something of the sort. But I want to bring those things to one building. You get a free meal, and not only do you get a free meal, you have access. There's no income criteria. You don't have to show us nothing. You just come get your free food, and it'll be until all the food is gone. Once we finish, if we still have food left over, we'll then take it to the Salvation Army, or we will take it to Paragould to the mission.
Okay, now where would this take place at?
It'll be at 403 West Allen.
Okay, at New Mount Zion.
At New Mount Zion, yes. We will, and I'll get you a flyer closer to the date, but we're looking at the last Saturday in this month of January, if weather permits.
Now, will this be an ongoing event?
Possibly. Yes,
okay.
Yes. We're starting out. We're starting out this month as a pilot. And then again, going into February, it'll be a pilot thing. I spoke with my pastor about it. This is something that he's very passionate about and something that we really want to pursue. So this is something definitely that we're going to try to continue doing.
All right. And of course, there you have it. So if you're hungry on the last bit of the month, then come on out to New Mount Zion and get you some free food fellowship. But most importantly, if you're not registered to vote, please do get registered to vote. All right, Shamal, I want to thank you so much for joining us as always and keeping us informed of things in the community. And thank you to each and every one of you for listening. That's going to do it for this edition of Community Conversations. You guys have a great and blessed day. This is KLEK on 2.5 FM.